Hello, welcome back everybody. RHC's Mpls Vpn walkthrough tutorial 6. In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at route redistributions in the Mpls Vpn. What I mean by the route redistributions is, okay, the previous tutorials, what we have done is we have done MP-IBGP configuration in these PE routers. So we can see these as a BGP. And here we have EIGRP and here we have RIP. So what we can see is now we need to redistribute this EIGRP into MPBGP, and we need to redistribute this San Francisco into MPBGP, and then this MPBGP we need to redistribute back to the EIGRP so that from this Yangon can be reached to this San Francisco. Vice versa, from the San Francisco can only be able to reach to here. So let's take a look at the high-level views. Okay, this is how the routing protocols views in Mpls VPN. As I mentioned earlier, we have the from PE to this PE we running MPBGP, so we can view this as the BGP, and we have with the customer PE and CE, in this case is RIP. So we have to redistribute this guy to here, and from here to here. We need to redistribute this routes RIP to MPBGP, and from here redistribute back. In this case is router 15 is EIGRP, and this is RIP. Okay, so we can take a look at these slides. The route redistribution views in Mpls VPN. Then this is the our Mpls VPN backbone, which is running MPBGP. We need to redistribute this guy into MPBGP, and also this guy to redistribute back. Same thing from here to here, so that from here to here can be able to reach. Make sense? All right. Another concept is as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to explain about the MPBGP. So this is a MPBGP view in Mpls VPN. So what we can view is like we run the MP-IBGP between all the PE routers, and we configure the VRF here, so we can see MPBGP carries the VPN routes. This is for VPN A from this customer to this customer, and from this VPN B carry the routes from this customer to this customers. So we can see here MPBGP must be configured between all routers that need to propagate or exchange VPN routes. So in our lab, it's from Yangon to San Francisco will be one customer. We can say Gamoza Bank, and from here Mandalay to New York, we can say this is for CB Bank example. All right, so now we already know that we need to redistribute the routes. Okay, so let's redistribute. So here we have redistribution parts. Let's do on the router 8 first. So what I'm gonna do is we need to redistribute this EIGRP routes into the MPBGP. So it's here. I've already prepared the config. First, we will be redistributing EIGRP into MPBGP. So we know that EIGRP is 15. So here, so I have to put it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is redistribute into the MPBGP. Okay. So we have to type. We're gonna check the config first. Here we have router BGP 85, and this is a MP BGP config. So I'm gonna do is config t router BGP 85. We will be redistributing into VRF address family, and here we have to care for IPv4 VRF YTN. then we redistribute engrp 15, which is this guy. And then we have to redistribute this MPBGP back to here. So what we're going to do is we can verify the config here. Router engrp1 address family IPv4 VRF YGN. Right, so router engrp1 address. Oh my gosh, sorry. Okay, I have to do something back. Sorry, let me do this. Okay, so in this one is a redistributing EIGRP into MPBGP, and this is redistributing MPBGP into EIGRP. This is a config. So I'm going to put it here for this YGN. I just paste it. Okay, so I'm done here, and this is for MDY. We're going to do later. This one I have to delete back. Config T, this one. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do this part. From the San Francisco VRF, we're going to redistribute RIP version 2 into MPBGP, and the MPBGP redistribute back to this guy. So what I'm going to do is back to router 5. We redistribute RIP into MPBGP and redistribute the MPBGP into the RIP, this VRF SFO, which is on router 5. Okay, just paste it here. Okay, now as we already redistribute this guy into here and redistribute back this guy to here, and we already redistribute this guy to here and redistribute back to here. So we have done the redistribution. So then we can say this guy can be able to reach to this guy by right. Right? Okay. So now is what we're gonna do is same things. I'm gonna redistribute this guy OSPF into MPBGP, MPBGP into OSPF. ENGRP, this guy for New York, redistribute back. So this is for the New York NYTC, and redistribute into MPBGP and MPBGP into ENGRP. So for the New York, what's going to be done on the router 5 here. And this is for MDY. We distribute OSPF into MPBGP, and so I have to take this node out. So as I mentioned in this before Mpls VPN tutorials, you got to be familiar with the redistribution before you study Mpls VPN tutorials. Okay, so this one I'm gonna do in router 8. Okay, so I'm done. So so I've already done with route redistribution from here to here, here to here for this YGN, San Francisco, MDY, and New York. Okay, here let's analyze. I want to show you the concept of route distinguisher, RD. So this is the best situation to explain what is route distinguisher, RD. So now this guy LAN is R15 LAN is 172.16.15.15/24. This one's supposed to be 15 as well. Let me verify again. Router 16 LAN 15. So I need to change this guy. 15, and this 11 and 12 is supposed to be 11, 11, 11, 11. Okay. All right. So we go to router 8. So when this route advertised 172.16.15.0 to here, when we verify show IP route VRF YGN, we receive 172.16.15. When we see this guy show IP route VRF MDY, we also have 172.16.15. So this is in the VRF between here to here. But we already redistributed these routes into MBBGP, and we already redistribute this route into MBBGP. So when we verify show IP BGP VPN v4 all, but we only see one. 172.16.15.0/24, which is from 86.02. We already redistributed this guy, and we also redistributed this guy. But this router confused because the IP address is overlapping. It's the same. So router 8 only knows this guy. Router 8 doesn't have an idea about this which 172.16.15.0 is referring to which one, like maybe or YGN, maybe or MDY. No idea. That's the problems we have. Now, same problems here in router 5. This one is advertised 172.16.11. This one also 11. So when we verify the router 5, show IP route VRF SFO, yeah, it's fine. 172.16.11 NYC, it's fine. But after we already redistributed these guys into MPBGP, and when we verify show IP BGP VPN v4 all, we only see one. All right. Then the route distinguisher comes in. So IPv4, this is address is IPv4. IPv4 address is 32 bits. Okay, so I'm gonna explain here how the RD looks like. Okay, don't take a look at here. We look at here. We have an IP address. It's the same. In this case, we can see here. This is like KBZ bank. This is a CB bank. It's using the same LAN IP address. When this IP address goes in to the PE, the IP addresses overlap. So we have to use RD to differentiate. So that this RD bit is 64 bits. So this will become 96 bits. Okay. So now, when we define the RD, the IP address become VPN v4 address. That's a concept. So now the IP address overlapping problems is solved. This is 1.1, this is 1.2. We add it here, add it into the IPv4. Then this is the address is This address is same, but because of RD, this address become different. This is how RD works. Okay, so how are we going to define the RD? So in router 8, so RD must be different for each VRF for each customers. Config T, IP, VRF, YGN, we just define RD. And we can see here, we can define route distinguisher. I'm going to define this is like 15.15 for easy, because this is router 15, I just say 15.15. But for IP VRF, for MDY, I'm going to define 16.16. So the address will become like this. So when this okay, so because of we defined RD, this router 8 will know this YGN route as this way. and this one routes is this way. So the IP address become different. Then now we verify show IP route VRF YGN, show IP route via show IP Btb Vpn before all. Okay, we need to verify show IP VRF. So this, yeah, we see we define the RD for MDY 1616, YGN is 1515. Same thing, so we're going to define here on router 5 config T IP VRF. Now you see router signature is 00. SFO, I define RDS 1111. IP VRF NYC, I define RDS 1212. RD job is to solve the IP address overlapping problems in the Mpls VPN. Show IP Btb Vpn VRF SFO VRF NYC. For VRF MDY, you can see here GN. SFO, I need to, let me read these guys back again. So this is not MDY number 5. Router 8, this is for MDY. This is for SFO. Okay, so in this tutorial, I explained about the MPBGP and the MPBGP concept and route redistribution views in the Mpls VPN, routing protocol views and route redistribution views in Mpls VPN, and the concept of RD. Alright, so in this tutorial we have done the route redistribution and also defining the RD. Okay, it's back here. So we can see here, and then let's see, we can verify this one. Verify this one. Here. All right. So in the next tutorial, the next step is going to be route target. So how this route will reach to here. Even though now we distributed all the routes and we also defined the RD, but these guys still haven't received yet. These are 15 supposed to receive, these are 11 routes, and these are 11 supposed to receive, these are 15 routes. And also the same thing here. But now, so we still haven't received yet. If we verify 12 supposed to receive the 16, 170, 16, 15 or 15 routes. When we verify show IP route, this guy I have no idea, still haven't received yet. And if we verify on 15 supposed to receive the route, this It's 15 supposed to receive the routes from 11. Still haven't received it. Okay, so now next tutorial gonna be route target. All right. So thank you very much, everyone, and see you in the next tutorial.